Marvel fandom is thrilled and excited as the new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 reclaims the spotlight. Fans of all backgrounds eagerly await the thrilling cosmic journey that lies ahead. Prepare for an incredible adventure that will take you through galaxies and leave you in awe. What Easter eggs has Marvel dropped with this one? How did they touch the multiverse theme with our beloved heroes? Let's find out. Marvel Studios sets the stage as they present the grand culmination of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Written and directed by James Gunn, these films hold a special place in his heart. The final chapter of Volume 3 promises a gut-wrenching and action-packed experience that has earned its place among the greatest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fans who have watched the movie say it's a thrilling cosmic journey. As changes abound, James Gunn, the mastermind behind the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, says goodbye to Marvel Studios. He now takes on the role of co-president at DC Studios, ready to breathe new life into the DC Cinematic Universe. Marvel intros have a tradition of starting with comic book visuals, followed by glimpses of screenplays. The words "Showtime" holds command our attention in this intro. It serves as a playful greeting from James Gunn, inviting the audience to buckle up and prepare for an incredible show. The movie opens with a journey into the origin of Rocket, a narrative thread that weaves its way throughout the movie. These flashbacks serve a dual purpose. They not only unveil the tragic events of Rocket's past, but also serve as poignant contrasts to the events unfolding in the present. In a pivotal moment, all the other raccoons shrink away from the hand reaching into their cage, but Rocket stands out. His curiosity and intelligence shine as he shows interest in the mysterious hand. This holds significance for several reasons. Firstly, it highlights Rocket's inherent curiosity and intelligence, even suggesting a sense of consciousness within him. The opening song, Creep by Radiohead, sets a profound tone for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Its lyrics, such as "I want a perfect body, I want a perfect soul," resonate deeply with Rocket and the rest of the team. Our journey takes us to Nowhere, the iconic headquarters of the Guardians of the Galaxy, just as it appears in the comics. In the Marvel Universe, Nowhere is the decapitated head of a Celestial, similar to the ones introduced in the Eternals and Ego, Peter's father, as seen in the previous Guardians of the Galaxy film. Initially, Nowhere was a grimy mining operation where people extracted brainstem fluid. However, it seems that things have changed since then. In the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, it was revealed that the Guardians had acquired Nowhere by purchasing it from the Collector. With their ownership of Nowhere, the Guardians have taken on the responsibility of maintaining this cosmic outpost. As the scene unfolds, Mantis dancing hints at the poignant ending of the movie, where all the Guardians come together in a jubilant street dance. Meanwhile, Groot and Nebula hang up a sign that proudly displays the words Guardians of the Galaxy in their distinctive movie logo font, written in the Kree alphabet. It's a clever touch that signifies the Guardians' transformation into a respected galactic institution. In the aftermath of Thanos' devastating attack on Xandar the Nova Corps, once the Guardians of Galactic Law and Order has been decimated. As a result, the mantle of galactic police has fallen on the shoulders of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They have taken on the responsibility of maintaining peace and order in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Even in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, we see Peter Quill, also known as Star-Lord, engaging in the mundane paperwork task. As the camera gracefully dances through the scene, we reconnect with the diverse Guardians cast, each with their unique dynamics. Notably, the rivalry between Kraglin and Cosmo emerges, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the group dynamics. Cosmo, a personal favorite from the comic books, finally gets her moment to shine in this movie. In the comics, Cosmo was a dog originally sent into space by the Russians. However, she gained remarkable telepathic and telekinetic abilities through exposure to cosmic rays. Cosmo made her first appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and she has since appeared in other Marvel projects like What If and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. In the comics and the movie, Cosmo serves as the head of security on Nowhere, the decapitated head of a Celestial. As the story unfolds around Nowhere, we glimpse the lizard racing bar where the Guardians once got intoxicated in Volume 1. These lizards are known as the Orloni. Interestingly, this movie also depicts an Orloni lizard on Peter's shirt. As Rocket discovers Peter passed out from drinking, Peter jokingly refers to him as a raccoon. Rocket denies this claim, and throughout the film, various characters playfully refer to Rocket as a squirrel or a badger. The Guardians tenderly carry a passed-out Peter to bed, setting a sad tone as the movie's title appears on the screen. This contrasts with the opening scenes of the previous Guardians movies. In the first film, Peter dances to music to mask his profound loneliness, symbolized by his Walkman, a connection to his deceased mother. The second movie depicted the Guardians as a functional family, finding solace in working together and overcoming their loneliness. This was presented through the perspective of baby Groot, representing new life and growth. However, in this movie, the Guardians still grapple with the death of a loved one, specifically Gamera, who Thanos killed in Infinity War. It's important to note that Gamera does appear in this movie, but she's a version of her character from 2014. She traveled with Thanos to 2023 to fight the Avengers, but eventually turned against him. The presence of this Gamera adds a complex layer to the group dynamics as they navigate their emotions and reconcile with the loss they have experienced. What do you guys think about James Gunn? Indeed, James Gunn deserves praise for his masterful incorporation of Gamera's death into this movie. While it wasn't his decision to kill her in Infinity War, he skillfully embraced the narrative opportunity and used her death as a catalyst for the growth of every character involved. Additionally, he introduced a compelling new iteration of Gamera from the past, further enriching the storyline. In contrast to the previous movie's openings, where characters mask their pain through dancing or violence, this film begins with a scene that portrays the Guardians' pain in a sad light. Accompanied by a sad song, it signifies that the Guardians are finally on a path toward emotional catharsis. James Gunn's storytelling prowess shines through as he intricately weaves the characters' journeys, utilizing their pain and loss as catalysts for growth and transformation. The Guardians have now upgraded to a magnificent new ship called the Bowie, a tribute to the legendary musician David Bowie. The ship's name holds multiple references, with one possibility being a nod to the Venture Brothers, where a group called the Sovereign plays a significant role. Another plausible inspiration is Bowie himself, the iconic artist whose song Moonage Daydream was featured on the soundtrack of the first Guardians movie. James Gunn, the visionary behind the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, had envisioned Bowie making a cameo appearance in Guardians 2. However, Bowie's untimely passing in 2016 prevented this dream casting from becoming a reality. Sean Gunn, the real-life brother of James Gunn, the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy films, portrays the character of Kraglin. Sean Gunn also serves as the stand-in for Rocket on set, providing reference and motion capture for the beloved raccoon character. Kraglin has always been a delightful side character in the Guardians movies, bringing charm and humor to the ensemble. In this film, he is given an arc that adds depth to his character and serves as a meaningful bookend to the legacy of Yondu, the Ravager leader who played a significant role in the previous Guardians film. After Cosmo, the telekinetic dog, showcases her abilities, Kraglin playfully refers to her as a bad dog, adding to the lighthearted banter within the group. During a conversation about Peter's depression, Mantis refuses to use her powers to manipulate his emotions, stating that it's wrong to emotionally manipulate friends. The irony is not lost. We later see her frequently manipulating Drax to boost his self-esteem. This humorous contradiction adds a touch of wit to the scene. In an exciting moment, Adam Warlock makes an appearance, delighting fans familiar with the character from the comics. The casting of Will Poulter is seen as a perfect fit, and many hope to see him reprise the role in future MCU installments. Although some feel that Warlock's presence was underused in this movie, it is understandable considering the focus on the Guardians storyline. In a way, the film can be seen as an origin story for Warlock, teasing his future appearances in the vein of how Civil War introduced Peter Parker to the MCU. In a captivating twist, the movie reveals that the High Evolutionary is the creator of the Sovereign. This revelation aligns perfectly with the High Evolutionary's goal of creating the ultimate life forms. The film's connection between the High Evolutionary and Adam Warlock resonates with a rich history in the comics. In the comics, Adam Warlock had a remarkable storyline where he defeated Thanos but ended up trapped in Soul World, a pocket dimension within the Soul Stone as seen in Infinity War. He eventually left Soul World when Thanos created the Infinity Gauntlet, and Warlock, in possession of the Gauntlet, expelled all good and evil from himself. However, he was then compelled to divide the Infinity Gems among a super team called the Infinity Watch. The Infinity Watch, consisting of members like Gamera and Drax, was a precursor to this version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. During the intense battle, Adam Warlock manages to overpower Groot, leaving him as a head with spider-like legs. Drax hurls Adam into the Guardian sign during the fight, shattering it. This moment serves as a foreshadowing of the Guardians' eventual disintegration towards the end of the movie. Adam confronts Drax in the same location where Ronan the Accuser ruthlessly attacked Drax in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. The parallel underscores the cyclical nature of conflicts and the repeating patterns of violence. Adam's victory over Drax in this familiar setting further emphasizes the impending breakdown of the Guardians. Additionally, Adam Warlock's immense power is demonstrated when he tears Nebula apart, only for her to rebuild herself. Rocket endures a brutal beating. Peter desperately attempts to revive him as he lies on the verge of death. However, Peter unknowingly encounters a firewall embedded in Rocket's software, a security measure. This safeguard prevents unauthorized access to Rocket's inner workings. As Rocket's life hangs in the balance, glimpses of his past are revealed. We witness the experiments that shaped him, alluding to his torment and suffering. Rocket expresses his anguish, stating that he never asked to be subjected to the cycle of being torn apart and reconstructed repeatedly, ultimately transforming into a creature of sorrow. Interestingly, Rocket's body bears the tattooed label 8913, the same identifier found on his police record in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. This detail highlights Rocket's troubled history and the remnants of his past. Now, do you guys remember Leela? In the comics, Leela is portrayed as a character from a planet called Half-World, where the inhabitants are animal-human hybrids. She is depicted as Rocket Raccoon's soulmate, and they share a special bond. In the movie, Leela has been previously mentioned in the MCU on Rocket's mugshot as an associate, hinting at their connection. Later in the film, when Rocket seeks revenge against those who betrayed him, there is a parallel to the Guardians' actions in the first movie. Peter's attempt to explain morality to Drax resembles the ending of Guardians of the Galaxy, where Peter states that if someone does something personal and he decides to remove their spine, it will be considered murder. Furthermore, there's a line in the movie where it is mentioned to kill one stupid guy whom no one loves. Interestingly, the Guardians kill a technician who possesses Rocket's code, fulfilling this foreshadowing. The crucial scene in the movie is the flashback where a young Rocket sits on the lap of the High Evolutionary. In this scene, the High Evolutionary tells Rocket that he should not be as he is, but as he should be, implying that Rocket is imperfect and will never be good enough. However, Rocket proves the High Evolutionary wrong by demonstrating his ability to create a docile animal, showcasing independent thought and consciousness. Rocket represents the unquantifiable skills and independent thinking, while the High Evolutionary embodies the pursuit of rigid planning and perfection. The lab's design with security cameras and monitors shaped like eyes is notable. The yellow and gold interior of the lab resembles the Ego ship, which was organically grown by a man obsessed with spreading his perfection throughout the universe. In the final battle, the Guardians and their new allies fight against the High Evolutionary and his forces. The battle is intense and filled with action, with each team member showcasing their unique abilities. They work together as a cohesive unit, relying on their strengths to defeat their enemies.